Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Shubha Mangalarati. Also the Japa session. Today is 17th September 2023. It is a wonderful auspicious time for us to discuss the all auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam. So I would also request all of you to kindly put a pause for your Japa. Maybe today at 6:30 a.m. I have a meeting with the temple president of the circle servants. So today Bhagavatam class is very, very short. So I would request all of you to kindly give this attention. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udrayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukham Karoti Vacharam Pangam Langaite Girim Etrupatvam Maham Vande Shri Guru Dinataram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 47. If some devotee is ready, you can repeat after me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Marodid Asya Janani.
Marodid asya janani.
Marodid Asya Janani.
Marodid asya janani.
Gautami Pati Devata.
Gautami pati devata.
Gautami Pati Devata.
Gautami pati devata.
Yataham Mrita Vascharta.
Yatha hamrita vatsartha.
Yataham Mrita Vascharta.
Yatha hamrita vatsartha.
Rodimi Ashrumukhi Muhu.
Rodimi ashrumukhi muhu.
Rodimi Ashrumukhi Muhu.
Rodimi ashrumukhi muhu.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ma, do not Rodit, may cry Asya, his Janani mother, Gautami, the wife of Drona, Pati Devata, chaste. Yatha, as has Aham, myself, Mrutavasta, one whose child is dead. Artha, distressed, Rodimi, crying, Ashrum, Mukhu, tears in the eyes. Muhu, constantly. Translation. My lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Purport. Sympathetic, good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of motherly feelings and from the respectable positions held by the wife of Dronacharya. Om Tat Sat Vama Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshmurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarane Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, a series of verses from 7th chapter of the first canto has been flowing, and this is a conversation between Srimati Draupadi and her husband Arjuna, and Arjuna having brought Ashwatthama as a prisoner, just like, he is just like a Kaidi, and he was put in front of all the Pandavas. Now, the previous classes also, Varaha Prabhu and Rajnath Prabhu, they were nicely sharing how Draupadi has got godly qualities, divine qualities. Now the same is being explained in this verse also. Let us also throw some light on her qualities. And Draupadi was mentioning to Arjuna, my lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya. Now, Dronacharya wife name is also mentioned here. Her name is Gautami. So, how wonderful Vaishnava qualities she has got now, Draupadi. And she is saying, if you kill Ashwatthama now, and Ashwatthama mother Gautami, she becomes childless. Already I am childless. Then what is the point in making her also childless? I don't want to suffer her also like me. And this is the first class quality of a Vaishnavi, paradukha dukki. So she also continuing, I am aggrieved for the death of my sons, and whereas Gautami need not cry constantly like me. Whatever happened, happened. And Ashwatthama, out of his ignorance, he killed my children. Okay, that does not matter. And it does not mean that we should also keep on killing serially so many other living entities. So the purport Srila Prabhupada mentions that sympathetic good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, because whole her life she has to suffer seeing the children dead, So it is actually for the parent, it's a very pathetic and very sinful, or we can say very abominable condition that their children dying. Normally, the procedure is like this. When the parents, they grow and they still grow older and older, then when they become in 90 plus, 100 plus, and gradually they leave the body. And the children, they have to perform the final rites for the parents. Now, when a parent, he witnesses his own children death, it is a very, very pathetic situation. So that situation, Draupadi does not want for Gautami. See how beautiful Draupadi qualities are. So actually, these qualities are Vaishnava qualities, and we also are supposed to develop these kind of qualities. And these are the passport and visa for us to go back to Godhead. It is not that without developing any Vaishnava qualities, don't think that we will go back to the Godhead. So that is not possible. Okay. So if somebody can put me in a speaker position, what do you see on the screen now?
Nothing from participants and
Okay. Somebody made me. Fine. Thank you. So then I also like to share some few points. How do we develop this kind of qualities? These qualities are coming from Krishna only. Now, sometimes we may also steal something, from somebody. So where is this stealing qualities coming from? This is coming from Krishna, because Krishna is a Makkanchor, butter thief, and he started stealing so many other things. And we also have got this kind of qualities. But whatever Krishna does, it is a spiritual, and whatever we do, it is a material. Janma karma chame divyam evam vo vetti tatvattaha deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Whoever knows my transcendental pastimes and my nature, and they will also come back to me, the Supreme Lord says. But what we are doing, we are misusing our independence, which is given here. So coming back to the point, the qualities whichever Krishna has got, we also have got that. Now, for example, Bhrugumani was there. Bhrugumani wanted to test Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, who is the best among them, or who is the Supreme Lord. Then Bhrugumuni, he went to the Vaikuntha planet, and straight away, he had a conversation with the Supreme Lord, and he kicked on the chest of the Lord. And normally, if anybody slightly touches us, or somebody hurts us, slaps us, we immediately react, and we take a action on them, counteracting. But the Supreme Lord Vishnu, he didn't do like that, because he is Vishnu himself, So he tolerated the kicking of Bhrugumuni, and even he pacified him and saying that, "Oh Muni, your hard-hearted, my chest is hard-hearted, and your feet is lotus feet and tender, komal, and by touching my stone-hearted chest, whether your feet got uh, hurt, and he massaged his feet." So this is so wonderful Vaishnava quality. And the same quality we also can develop. It is not that uh, only some people develop. Whoever chants the holy name of the Lord, they can also develop this kind of qualities. And Draupadi also, she served Krishna in so many ways. You all know Mahabharat. We have in our childhood also we have seen the Mahabharat serial, and Draupadi also once when the Supreme Lord Krishna got hurt by his finger, she was trying for cloth. So many others, they were trying here and there, and Draupadi just tore his sari at the end, and she tied for Krishna, and Krishna took it very seriously, and he wanted to repay. And when Draupadi was disturbed in the Hastinapur, the Supreme Lord came and rescued, So this is what happened. But we can also develop such qualities. But only thing, we don't want to give our time. We don't want to take any risk. And we think that if we do this kind, we may be, entangled, or we may be, very busy. And I may not have personal time to do my own activities. We may think like that. So it is not so actually. Then Srila Prabhupada also, when he went for Western countries, he tolerated so many obstacles, so many insults, and so many troubles he faced. Even health issues were also there for Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada tolerated all these things. Sometime back, we also discussed that one person, came at the gunpoint to Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, tolerated all these things. And in turn, Prabhupada taught them all Vaishnava qualities. That's what, Draupadi also is displaying, these Vaishnava qualities. So in Kali Yuga, the tapas is, I mean to say, the tolerance, and the tapas is chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulatory principles, and coming to the devotees association, and doing devotional service. All these things will make us develop finest qualities of a Vaishnava. So we have already these qualities hidden in us, but when we come to the association of the devotees by chanting the holy name, and when we hear the Gita Bhagavatam lectures, automatically we develop this kind of qualities. So where are all these coming from? They are all coming from the Supreme Lord himself. And without the Lord's mercy, we may not be able to develop such. But in between the Lord and the living entity is the Guru. So through Guru, we develop all these qualities. When our Guru Maharaj goes to the various countries as a world tour, wherever he goes, he spread the glories of the holy name. Jareda Kotare Kaha Krishna Upadesa. So on this extent, I just like to share a small video, couple of minutes of His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. And Prabhu was nicely explaining about Lord Vishnu, and how he empowers Lord Brahma, and how Brahma creates all the living entities, and how these qualities also are getting descended.
Supreme Spirit. We are all Spirit, is Supreme Spirit. And he is Adir, he is the source of everyone and everything. And his body is made up of what? Second land. Satchidananda Vigraha, spiritual body. And he is a Ishvara, controller. But what Ishvara is? Paramaha means supreme controller, he is saying. Everything originates not from a big bang, but from a big brain. You see here? Krishna expands as Mahavishnu, who expands millions of universes from his force of his body. And actually, even scientists say there are, many galaxies, and a bunch of galaxies is called as a cluster. And there are thousands of clusters, and they're talking about super clusters. Huh? So in this way, there are many, many clusters of galaxies, which is coming from him. Huh? And inside each universe, the same Mahavishnu expands as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. You remember the name? Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Because Garbha is the Brahmanda. Inside the Garbha, he goes, fills up the universe with half the universe with water, and he lies down. And from his navel comes a lotus in which Brahma is born. The first sun. When the lotus blossomed, in that lotus, lot of particles are there, like Jugnu, like glowing particles. And who are those particles? All of us only. Huh? We were all there and there. Shining particles of Jivatmas. But one of those particles was Brahma, for whom Lord Vishnu gave him the Brahma's body made up of intelligence. Huh? So he gave him the body, and Brahma became his devotee immediately.
वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रीविष्णवे च विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि.
He offers prayer to Lord Vishnu and says, "My dear Lord, who are you? I don't know. Everything is dark. Please give me knowledge." And then Lord Vishnu gives him 2 letters, Tapa, and Kama Gayatri mantra he gives him.
So the Tapa for Kali Yuga people is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we must chant minimum 16 rounds a day and extra rounds there too.
Then Brahmaji chants that 100 celestial years. Then everything becomes lit up. And Lord Vishnu gives him darshan. 4 things Lord Vishnu gives him. First, he gives a handshake for him. The first handshake of the universe. He caught both the hands of Brahma and shook it and appreciated him. After that, all the managers are shaking hands of their subordinates in offices. So the first handshake was given by Vishnu to Brahma. Appreciation. Then he gave him revelation of Vaikuntha planets. He showed Brahma, "I will show you what is spiritual world. You are in material world now. I will show you spiritual world." He showed him. Then he also gave him a responsible position. You do the secondary creation in this world, become the father of the living entities. And then he gave him benedictions also. So Brahma became powerfully empowered, and did many things. He did. See, he created millions of species of life, like all of us. 8.4 million species. Lord told him, those who are Satoguna, put them up. Those who are Tamoguna, put them below. Those who are in Rajoguna, keep them on the earth, earthly plane. 14 planetary systems in which Brahma puts all these jivas. And each body, you can see, you see, amazing metal body, right? Each of our body is like this. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, when you eat the food, he exists in your belly as Vaishwanara Agni. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Degamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. He's saying.
So Hare Krishna. So coming back to our words, Draupadi has got all Vaishnava qualities, and we are also supposed to develop these kind of qualities. Those who are very strict in their sadhana and following footsteps of Srila Prabhupada and their respective guru, and by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, surely develop all these kind of qualities. Okay, so with this I will conclude. Thank you very much. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.